Hi guys, so today my mate Alex SEO's turned up. He's a long-time World Eaters player, very excited by the new codex. I've got the Death Guard, very excited by the new codex. And you know what, both of us, we haven't used our Primarchs yet. So why don't we throw our Primarchs at each other and try out a few different lists and things at 2,000 points. Right, so the battle mat is from urbanmats.com. We've got a big line of sight blocking terrain piece in the middle, and we're playing 2,000 points of Prior Nexus. And the reason why I set that up is because we're doing the search and destroy thing with Linchpin. Linchpin is basically all the objectives on the table are worth 3 points. But if you hold on to your home objective, which is worth 3 points, then the other ones are worth up to 5 points. So you can't lose your backfield objective in this one, because you'll drop off a lot of primaries. With Fog of War is everyone receives the benefit of cover in turn 1, and you can't use core stratagems, and then you can forget about it because it only lasts until turn 1. And with 2 new codexes on the go and Primarchs on the battlefield for the first time, we've already got a lot to think about. This is Alex SEO. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. So,
Hi.
World Eaters, we tried a few things off camera. What do you think of the new codex, Alex?
I like the Rhino Rush because, you know, in my heart, that's the way you should play World Eaters. But we have to use a lot of 30k models to make it work with what I've got painted.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun with that, but today we thought we'd get the Primarchs out. Oh, I did anyway. And try the stuff we've actually got.
Yeah. So, does it make you want to buy more stuff?
Yeah, it does. I need a load more Khorne Berserkers, really.
Yeah.
I want to try big units at 20, deep striking with the KKK guy.
1 minute. 20? What do you mean units of 20? That's heresy numbers. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm thinking a lot of Berserkers would be fun in this edition. Just to try, but I mean, that means doing another 40 or so.
I mean, what about running a list where you got like 3 blocks of 20 of them, plus a couple of rhinos with 10? That'd be scary.
Well, that'd be fun. That's the main thing.
That's also a lot of painting.
Yes.
So this is bang on 2,000 points of OG Khorne Berserkers. What detachment are you running?
I'm running the Berserker Warband.
Right, okay. So you still got the Blessings of Khorne thing. You roll 8 dice.
Yeah.
And 2 of the results of the... It makes you do things.
We buy things.
Yes.
With points from the gods, yes.
Yes. And then the detachment does what now?
It's +1 attack and +2 strength if I charge.
Okay, so really OG.
Yes.
I like it, but there's an advance and charge strat and things
there is an
like
advance and
that,
charge strat. And
yeah.
in this one, it doesn't like, you know, most of the attachments, it's like, hey, do you want to use 4 rhinos, then use this one. Hey, you want to use all jackals, use this one.
Yeah.
Just Khorne Berserkers, use this one. At least this helps everybody a little bit.
Right, okay. Right, Angron, he's a beast. I love this model, by the way.
Yeah, you painted it, didn't you?
I did actually, yeah. But it's your one. When you said, can you paint this for me? And I'm like, it's a Primarch. The answer's yes.
Yeah, it was
Give
good.
me Primarchs, I will paint them. So Angron, he's a beast. Moving on, what else you got?
We've got some jackals.
Jackals, yes.
Yeah.
What are they for?
They're for sitting at the back,
Oh,
hopefully, and
right.
staying hidden.
Linchpin.
Yeah, they're cheap.
Okay.
And they can fight a little bit for humans, you know.
Okay.
We've got 2 units Terminators.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they're going to be awful. but we've got 2 units of 5.
What's their party trick?
So if they shoot at something with all their guns, they get to re-roll charges against that something.
Nice. That's exactly the same as the Emperor's Children one.
Is it?
Yeah. So yeah, we just checked the rules. And I swapped the units round to make them legal with the correct number of Reaper autocannons and the curse. Right, okay. And they re-roll shots and re-roll charges if it's the closest thing.
Yes.
It's lovely. Hell Brutes. They used to shoot if you shoot them or punch if you punch them.
Same thing, yeah. So they haven't changed really.
Right.
If you damage it, once you've finished hurting it, it can either shoot or fight.
Is that once per phase?
No, it's every time, but it has to be the thing that shot or fought
Every time. So if you shoot it, it shoots back. And then if you shoot it again, it shoots back again.
Yes.
I love it. That's very cool. And then Khorne Berserkers.
Yep, Khorne Berserkers in rhinos.
Right.
So that's what I've got painted.
Right.
Got to have Khan. So Khan's leading a squad of 10.
His damage 3 weapon is scary.
Damage 3 weapon, yeah, and he gives them re-rolls and stuff, but he also gets angry if he's not in the fight, so
Yeah.
that's the trade-off there.
He is the betrayer.
Yeah, exactly. And we have a Master of Executions, and he's got an upgrade which gives him +1 attacks and +1 damage.
So he's damage 3 as well.
So he's damage 3 as well with his precision hits.
Right.
And he's the guy that you stick in Khorne Berserkers because he makes their blood surge. You can re-roll it, and yeah, he's got precision hits.
It's re-roll advances as well. Or something.
Re-roll advances as well, and with an advantage charge strat. That
Right.
works a month.
So he makes Khorne Berserkers quicker.
Yes.
And you give him Khan and both of these guys damage 3. Brilliant. And then there's the Lord Invocar.
That guy, yeah.
Right.
With 3 exalted 8 bound. He can
Okay.
deep strike now. He can make stuff deep strike as well, but not got the right models for that.
Right.
So he'll be deep striking in with them and harassing something at the back, seeing as it's linchpinny.
Okay. And his bite piece is you can move through terrain and
You
stuff.
can move through terrain and you can move within engagement range.
Yeah.
Advancing or charging or whatever your stuff you're doing.
Cavalry, because you can attach him to some demons. What's that all about?
Yeah, I think there's a way you can attach him to demons, but you have to bring obviously then half your army as demons. So.
Yeah.
And that's probably the better way to do them because they're like toughness 7 or something silly and very chunky.
Juggerhounds.
Yeah, and they do mortal wounds on the charge, and he does mortal wounds on the charge. So.
And then if you've got Juggerhounds cavalry, then they can move through ruins, through walls, through stuff like that, and then it'd be an absolute beast.
Yeah, but today he's just with some exalted 8 bound.
Nice, okay. So basically, Khorne Berserkers, where's the guns? The Hellbrutes have got some guns.
Yeah.
Apart from that, they want to come forward and let the blood flow. But let's go on to the better god, the smellier, grandfathery, the one who loves you, Nurgle. Quite simply, Nurgleth is the best Chaos God. Praise the Grandfather. This is my just under 2,000 points of Death Guard, and I'm using Virulent Vectorum, which is the OG one. Alex is using the OG one. I'm using the OG one because I've got a nice mixed list. And so the stratagems there allow me to put them on multiple units all over the place. And I've got Mortarion. He doesn't put out as much pain as Angron, but he's got a 5-up feel no pain, so he can take it. And his area effect stuff, Angron has 3 abilities, and he shouts them out at the start of the battle round. Mortarion's got 3 abilities, and he can do 1 either in the movement phase, or the shooting phase, or the fight phase. And the really tasty one is, so long as he doesn't... anything within 6, you pick a unit within 6, or him, because he's in range of his own aura. And if it dies in close combat on a 2, it gets to fight anyway. So... Mortarion doing that, even if you hit him, even if you kill him, then he can still hit you back. And one of the nice stratagems in Virulent Vectorum is you don't have to roll for Deadly Demise, it just goes off. And Mortarion, he's got a Putrid Detonation. He Deadly Demises, and it's D6 damage. So yeah, he can put out the pain, even beforehand when he was getting one shot off the table. He might still get one shot off the table, but he can put out the pain even in death. And then... I like these units. 2 units of Plague Marines in Rhinos. Plague Marines are, of course, toughness 6 now. And what happens is, you get out of a Rhino, the Rhino shoots at a thing, and then if the Plague Marines shoot at the same thing, they reroll all wounds, which is really cool. And this guy has a once per battle fight first. This guy makes their crits go off on 5s instead of 6s, and there's a lot of lethal in there. And there's 3 plasma guns, a blight launcher, and 2 heavy plague weapons, and a power fist in each of the squads. So basically they're pretty good at shooting and pretty good at punching. Alex brought 2 units of 5 Terminators, so I thought I'd bring 2 units of 5 Terminators, a blight launcher and a flail of corruption in each of the squads there. Their party trick is, if they staff in units of 5 or less, and they are, the strength and the AP of their shooting attacks goes up by 1. But there's a strat in the Virulent Vectorum, which is if you shoot with infantry, and they're infantry, you can reroll all hits and all wounds when they shoot. So those 2 combined could mean these Terminators, which were pretty pants at shooting, can put out some nasty firepower if they need to. And of course, they're Terminators, so close combat. And I didn't even talk about contagions. Death Guard have contagions. So when the Khorne Berserkers get close to me, their toughness will go down by 1 and their armor save will go down by 1. And you'll notice I haven't got any Plague Burst Crawlers for the first time in this list. I normally bring Plague Burst Crawlers along for some decent anti-tank on top of the Mephitic Blight Haulers that I bring all the time because they're pretty decent anti-tank, and for their points they're pretty much auto-include, I think, in most lists. But for the anti-tank now, well, heavy blight launchers on plague drones are stupid good, and Mortarion is about as anti-tank as it gets. So I felt like I had enough anti-tank here, and then adding on a bit of spice with the anti-infantry, a couple more drones with the plague spitters. Normally they're resilient enough to take a charge, but World Eaters, a full squad of Berserkers should go through one of these with ease. But I've got gun. I've certainly got a lot more gun than the World Eaters. And I've got the better Primarch. Let's go on to deployment quickly before he says anything. And we're deployed. And it was at this point I realised that I didn't have a unit that wants to stay back and castle up on my home field objective, particularly as we're playing Linchpin. I have put both of the units of 5 Terminators in Deep Strike. So has Alex. So we've got 20 Terminators deep striking in, 10 on each side. And yeah, something needs to stay back. But I have sticky objectives. Alex got lots of deep strikers. And the Lord and the Exalted, they're coming in deep strike as well. So someone's got to... Basically, the Rhinos. The Rhinos are going to need to come back, and a Spurty drone, because Overwatch is a thing, is going to need to try and protect this. And I might leave Mortarion back for a turn or two, because let's face it, the World Eaters are coming straight for us. And then pushing forward, drones and things, and a Rhino full of dudes, and drones and things, and a Rhino full of dudes, and we'll see how we get on, because I don't really want to push forward, but you need to score primaries. The World Eaters, without any guns, all they want to do is go forward. Fun fact, most of the guns in the World Eater book now hit on 4s. Even their Land Raiders, even their Predators, even these Hellbrutes, when they're shooting, they hit on 4s. Even the Forge Fiends, but most of them, or all of them, have rapid fire weapons now. So as soon as they get in half range, they're pumping out a lot of shots. Rapid firing multi-melters, who'd have heard of such a thing? But basically they're spraying firepower all the time, and it hits on 4s at range. And if they get closer, it's still hitting on 4s, but there's a lot more of it. And Alex has got a unit to sit back on a home field objective with all the units deep striking in. And yeah, the vehicles and things, this is another issue for both of us, because there's vehicles and monsters that can't go through the walls of ruins on both sides. But the infantry inside the Rhinos can. And how fast has Berserkers got now?
8 inches.
They've got 8 inches. Like the movement of all your stuff has gone up, right?
Yeah, everything.
So you got a disembarking from a Rhino, then getting out 8 inches. That's like 11 inches. And then they've got strats to advance and charge. And so yeah, the World Eaters are deceptively fast. They're faster the Emperor's Children, which I'm slightly mad about. The Emperor's Children should be the fastest. Anyway, who's got first turn? I can't believe you spent all the money on the official Games Workshop World Eaters dice. That cost half a kidney.
And they're very hard to read.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Good luck. Well, that's a 6.
Yeah.
I recognise that symbol. It's World Eaters turn 1. So before we go any further, this is Alex SEO's Blessings of Corn roll. Not sure if I'll show this every turn, but basically when you roll 4 6s, you can pick what you want. He's picked sustained hits and devastating wounds, which is a nasty combo. Not sure how much that might help in turn 1. Right, and here's the orders for the World Eaters Cleanse. They want to do a thing on a thing, which is something they don't normally want to do. They want to let blood flow. But in turn 1, while there's no other things to do, might as well do a thing on a thing and start cleansing. Bring it down, take on one of the vehicles in turn 1. Again, probably unlikely. At the end of the movement phase, the Master of Executioners and 10 Khorne Berserkers came smashing into this ruin here and started cleansing this objective, or rather spilling blood on this objective. Sacrificed a few chickens or so. And with all the World Eaters moving really quickly, their Hellbrutes moved 9. What's that all about? I think Death Guard Hellbrutes moved 6 or something. So they came around the corner this way. They're both in rapid fire range to fire lots of shots down here, because you need to suppress that push, because the Master of Executioners could be in trouble next turn. But I've got other targets. Everything's got cover in turn 1 with Fog of War. One of the targets I've got is Angron, who rolled 6 on his advance and is coming right for us. And right behind him is Khan. That's 700 points of pain right there, racing down towards the Death Guard lines. But they're going to be picking up some points for cleansing. And they've got another secondary, which is kill a vehicle. And the Hellbrutes are looking at vehicles. So the multi-melter isn't in rapid fire yet, but it does hit on 4s. And there's a hit and a little wound on 4. And that's not a wound. And then the missile launcher last cannon thing is in rapid fire range. And it hits on 4s.
So last cannon first?
Yes. One of them hits. A wound on a 3 and it's twin linked. And it wounds. I need a 5 up and vulnerable save. I make it. And then the rapid firing missile launcher. And one of those hits. And wounds as well, and I make that save as well, and that's the end of the shooting phase. For the World Eaters, they do pick up 2 points for cleansing. Let's go on to, and they're on 1, 2, 3, no, 2, just 2 objectives. The home one and the central one for now. So let's go on to Death Guard turn 1. So Mortarion sees the push for the centre from the World Eaters and screams out area denial, stop them, take the centre, and that's a hard ask. But I have to invest a lot into that, and with Blood Surge and Khorne Berserkers, it might not be... It's going to be a tricky one, Mortarion. He also wants the Plague Marines to secure No Man's Land, take one or two objectives in No Man's Land, get close to the enemy. I'm not happy about that one either. So that took a long time, particularly when there's Angron coming right for you and 3 units in Deep Strike, and you need to spread out all over the place, otherwise you have World Eaters in your backfield, and you don't want World Eaters in your backfield. I'm not taking area denial at this time. There's no way I could really get there and secure No Man's Land, but we have got to secure No Man's Land by advancing this hauler over here, which means it's not shooting, and this drone over here, which means it's not shooting, and it's danger close to a Hellbrute with a rapid fire multi-melter and a power fist. So we need to kill that. So we have a vehicle backing it up and a drone backing it up, and hopefully we take it out. Also on this flank, the Rhino moved after depositing its cargo. Because I've got a strat for the Plague Marines to reroll all hits and wounds when they shoot. And there's the Khorne Berserkers. And normally, I don't really care how close I get out, but Blood Surge is a thing. If you shoot Khorne Berserkers, they can end up just moving into you. And then in the fight phase, well, defenders fight first, then they get to fight first. And there is a strat in this particular Khorne detachment where they advance. What is it?
Which one?
The one when they free blood.
Automatically Blood Surge 8.
8.
Which is the best you can get on a roll.
That number.
Yes.
Khorne's number. So an engagement range is 9 inches, so I'm 9 and a bit inches away. So the idea is to shoot them with everything, hurt them a little bit. I need to start hurting them. If the drone didn't have to advance, it would have poured some firepower into them as well, but they're gonna live. And then there's Angron on the other flank, and I thought about it. I could have moved Mortarion out of the way. I could have kept him back. I could have gone, but there's his brother, and everyone hates his brother. Angron, the weakest Primarch, the only one to be enslaved. So Mortarion is here to show him who's boss. And then you've got some drones and the Rhino with the Fight's First unit as over here. I wish the Biologist Putrefier, the one that gives crits on 5s, was here, because Angron, lethal hits on 5s would have been good. It would have been better on this flank. But instead I've got the Fight's First on this flank, and it's going to be wounding Angron on the 6s if he gets in combat with him. He should have been over there. It should have been the other way around. Anyway, we're picking up some points for secure No Man's Land, and we're going to shoot some guns. Let's start off by putting a blight launcher thingy bob into Angron's face. I'm not spending any CP. He's got a 3-up save this turn because of Fog of War. Number of shots, brilliant. Adding 2 to this. Hits on 3s. At least that one's lethal, and it's strength 10, but he's tougher than
11. Yes.
And I wound him twice. He has 2 3-up saves. And he takes 3 wounds. It's a start. Now Mortarion is going to shoot him with the lantern, hitting on a 2. And it's strength 10. And that's a wound. And that's a -3, so that's a 4-up invuln on that one. Angron shrugs it off. And then he casts a spell, Rotwind, and has 8 shots. And he hits on 2s. Those 6s are lethal. The rest wound on 5s. And Angron shrugs them on 3s. And he drops 3 of them. And that's 6 more damage. No, it's 1 damage a time. That's 3 more damage. All right, that's a little tickle. He's on 10 wounds remaining. Just let him know we're here. Now we come across to the other side. Well, to these Plague Marines that want to put some pain down into the Khorne Berserkers in the middle. Alex, I just reread Creeping Blight.
Yes.
Reroll hit and reroll wound roll.
Sounds good.
If you're afflicted,
which means
you're in contagion.
Which I'm not.
You're not in contagion.
Not yet.
I'll shoot you anyway. The Biologist Putrefies. Chucking his Hyper Blight Grenades first because it has Blast, so 3 shots, brilliant. Hit you on 3s. There's a lethal, and it's strength 7. But you get full armor save because Fog of War, and you're in cover, and it bounces. Then we'll shoot you with my Plague Bolt weaponry. There's some lethals. Look at that. I'm rolling the lethals. He's rolling the lethals.
The 5s were lethal as well, right?
Oh yeah, 5s are lethal. Yeah. And then these are... Okay, so that is 6 3-up saves just with bolt weaponry. And we do 4 wounds. And the blight launcher's got blast, so this hits on 3s. There's a lethal.
5's are lethal.
And the 5s, was that all?
There's 2 more 5s.
Was there?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here. They all wound. They're all -1, but cover. So 3s. And you make all the saves. And then some rapid fire plasma overcooking all the way. No lethals on this. It's just plasma weaponry. They're very, very old guns. They all hit. Well, all wounds. They're all 5-up saves because of cover. And you make 2 of them. Hazardous. And I trade 2 of my plasma guns out. Sticky trigger guards. Lots of mucus in there. And you're not blood surgeon?
No.
No, you can't reach me. Plus you're getting 5 points on that objective there. Right, let's try and kill a Hellbrute. And shoot at it with this Mephitic Blight Hauler over here. I know you can shoot me back, but we're going to do it anyway. We've got +1 to hit when we shoot at vehicles. So the melter hits on 2s. And +1 to wound when we shoot at vehicles. So it wounds on that. And that's 2 5-up saves. And you fail them. 2d6 damage. For 9 damage.
That's enough.
That's enough to kill it. And then it shoots back in on 4s. And it hits once. And it'll wound on a 4. Wounds on a 4. So, yes.
No.
Doesn't wound. Okay, with 1 Hellbrute gone, that leaves the drone free to fire at the second Hellbrute, which has 6 shots. No, 5 shots. And the 3s with the Blight Launcher. There's no lethals there, but at least it wounds on 3s. It does a wound. It's a 3-up save because of the cover in the way. And takes 3 wounds off of it. And then that one fires back as well. It's got 1 missile shot, which
missile.
That's a hit. And that's a wound. I need a 4, I think. That's a failed save, d6 damage. For 5 damage, my drone's half dead. Brilliant. And then the las cannon, which misses. So in the gunslinging match between my 2 units and the 2 units in the centre of the battlefield, I seem to be coming off worse. That's the end of my shooting phase. I've got secure no man's land. Should I charge? It's like a 9-inch charge. Why not? Let's charge. I mean, it's better than you charging me. Let's see if we make this. Do I CP reroll it? No, I don't CP reroll it because of Fog of War. So that is the end of Death Guard, turn 1. I pick up 5 points on the primaries for securing no man's land. I've angered Angron. And I killed a Hellbrute. We killed a Hellbrute, but I'm close. I'm close for some counter charges now. And the World Eaters in turn 2, they're going to pick up 8 points on the primary. And then scream lots of obscenities, come charging up the table. Lots of stuff might die. And there's 10 Terminators that can deep strike in. And a Lord Invocatus. And some merry men, some exalted. I'm scared. World Eaters, turn 2. So it's 10 points to 5 for the World Eaters, and they want to bring it down, kill stuff, kill vehicles, skulls for the skull throne, and also try and get behind enemy lines. And I've zoned out my zone quite effectively, so that might be tricky. As for the Blood Tithe, they're re-rolling charges, have devastating wounds. Blood Tithe, Blessings of Khorne. So kill vehicles is the name of the game. Khan's getting out of the Rhino before it moved over there with a big advance, and there's a vehicle right here with re-roll charges. And where's Angron going, Alex?
Rhino hunting.
But there's Mortarion there. Though.
I know.
There's Mortarion there.
Yes.
There's Mortarion there.
Yeah, but kill vehicles. I got a card that said I had to kill vehicles. He's a good boy, Angron, so he does as he's told. He's got to go kill a vehicle.
Fair play. And the other thing that's confusing me here is linchpin. You've got to hold on to your backfield objective. And
I do.
Why are the jackals moving off of it?
Well, because if I stay on it,
yeah,
then you can deep strike and charge me to get on it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, he's stand no chance against any of your deep striking stuff, right?
Okay.
So staying there and trying to fight for it's not an option. You've got to run away.
Yeah.
And just make it so you can't directly deep strike onto it, and then hopefully at least another turn before you can move onto it. That's
right.
Thinking it won't work, but it's fine.
And jackals make it sticky anyway.
They're sticky anyway, so it is mine.
Okay.
For now.
And then, well, the Khorne Berserkers I shot at are coming straight for those Plague Marines, and you deep struck in 10 Terminators over here. One of them's getting overwatched by this drone in a minute, because there's another vehicle there, which you can shoot at and re-roll charges against, and then suddenly there's lots of Terminators over here.
Hopefully.
Okay, so that sounds like a plan. Getting behind enemy lines doesn't sound like it's going to be happening anytime soon, but there's certainly going to be a lot of death. So let's shoot some guns first. Start off with some Overwatch. Let's spurt the Spurty drone into those Terminators, auto-hitting them for Nurgle's number And it is anti-infantry 2 up, ignoring cover. 5 3-up saves, and 1 gets tickled but not dead. And the gunslinging continues, because now we have a rapid firing las cannon man shooting that drone in the face. And he hits once, and it wounds on a 3. And it doesn't wound, but it is twin linked. It is twin linked. It's the twin linked one, and it does wound. I remembered a thing, and I failed the save, and it does 5 damage. It's half dead, and it's got a rapid firing missile launcher as well, which hits once and doesn't wound. Now the Terminators are also going to shoot at the drone, hitting on 4s with a Reaper autocannon. Everything hits on 4s. Sustained, no sustained.
Can we reroll because you're the closest thing?
Yes. And there's a sustained, so you can put that one back in, but it wounds on 5s. 6s are devastating. So it's down to 3. Just burrows through the armour. And then the combi bolters are 6 shots a time at this range. 4s. Rerolling everything. After the reroll, 6s. 2 more bits of blood, and the drone is down to 1 wound remaining. Now, you've got a second unit of Terminators, but if you shoot at them, then these Terminators are sort of in the corner.
Yeah.
But what could those Terminators shoot at? Well, there's another vehicle over here, or you could just shoot it, try and kill it. What we're doing, Alex Sexio, what's the plan? We just shoot it, blood must flow, Reaper autocannon. And those are 2 sustains, re-rolling everything. Just 1 6 will kill it with devastating wounds. No, but 2 come through. Need 4, so it's dead anyway. Does it go boom? No boom. It just gets cut to pieces. After the drone was destroyed, there were pistol shots and rhino shots and more pistol shots, and no damage caused by the small arms against the tough Death Guard. And now we're onto the charges. Starting here, Khan needs a 5 with a re-roll. That's a 6 he gets in. So Khan makes the charge. Angron couldn't fail his charge into a rhino. Still not sure what I feel about that. And then all the Khorne Berserkers in the middle, they rolled a 6 to engage the Plague Marines. I've got 2 CP in my hand, so I could pay to interrupt. So we're going to start here. Khorne Berserkers versus Plague Marines. So there's a Master of Executions buried in there, and Alex is spending a CP on Hack and Slash for a better AP in close combat. There's a character in there.
So that means I get to re-roll hit to win with this guy.
Do you?
That's nice.
Okay, so 2s to hit. Re-rolling those ones there. Okay, and you're up to strength high, but not high enough than my toughness. So it's 3s. Not high enough to be double anyway. 3s. Re-rolling.
Hey.
That's 3 damage, devastating. He's still alive. Now he's dead. And then 3 Plague Marines. Well, you kill the character and 2 Plague Marines. And that's an execution. So the Master of Executioners gains a CP for killing a character. No, that's a Hack and Slash. That's going to be free. And then we're going to unleash the Berserkers. 5 attacks each on the charge. And they're hitting on 3s. That's a lot of dice. +2 strength, force to wound.
Yes.
6s are devastating. Only 2 6s? Wasn't great wounding. I have a 5-up save to that. Wasn't great saving either. Somehow, I've got 2 guys left. A Plague Champion that hits on 3s with a Power Fist, and a heavy weapon dude. That's critical. And these are all strength 8, and your toughness has gone down. And those are 3 6-up saves. And I take 3 down with me. Still 4 Berserkers over there with that Master of Executioners. Meanwhile, here's Khan hitting the Blight Hauler with his 9 attacks and re-rolling. And he's up to strength 9 on the charge.
Yeah.
So he's winning on force. The Devastating only kicks in against infantry, right?
Correct.
It's still all 5-up and buns. And he does do 3 damage a turn. So that's 15 damage without any Berserkers doing anything. Khan one-shots a vehicle, and that one doesn't deadly demise. And that's vehicle number 2 this turn. Now we're on to Angron. It'd be really embarrassing if he couldn't one-shot a rhino, right?
Let's find out.
Okay. He is on 2.
He does.
Strength 16. Still a tank. You need 3s. Lots of 1s and 2s coming at home.
That was.
Right. Do I get saves?
They're devastating.
I don't get saves. 2 each. So 4d6 plus 8. That's math. That's one-shotting about 3 rhinos. Does the rhino deadly demise? No. Can someone in the comment section add that up? Put it in the comments. Let me know how much damage he caused. That's the end of World Eater's turn 2. 3 vehicles absolutely destroyed, not behind enemy lines. Khan is here with some Plague Marines that are definitely not going to charge Angron. Mortarion might have to charge Angron, but 6 points for Bring It Down. Lots of stuff wiped out. Somehow the first unit of Plague Marines is still hanging in there with 2 models left. And yeah, how many points am I on? I'm not on any objective. I just get 3 points. 3 points at the start of turn 2, my turn 2, for the linchpin as we go on to Death Guard turn 2. So 16 to 8 in favour of the guys in red. And I've got 2 units of Terminators that I can deep strike in. And I need to engage on all fronts and get behind enemy lines. So I'm saying I could do this. Take back some of those central objectives. They're a little bit trickier. So I've spread out as much as I can to engage on all fronts for maximum points and to shoot as many guys, praying to the wrong god as I can before they hit my stuff. Will Mortarion be able to take down Angron? Well, we're about to find out. That's going to be epic. Meanwhile, around here, here's the unit that got blown out of the Rhino. I lost a couple in the explosion. We can shoot Khan's unit, because if they blood surge into them, I've got a Foul Blight spawn, and he's got once per battle fight first. So I'm at least going to fight first, and that's the pressure on this flank. There's still a Lord Invocatus and the Exalted 8-bound that could come in here if they need to put some relief down here later on. Got a couple of drones and a Rhino protecting my linchpin objective, because behind this wall there's some World Eaters and some Plague Marines left, and the World Eaters are going to win. And then linchpin objective, so I need as much OC as possible while spreading the other units over here to get engaged on all fronts and shoot some Terminators. There's many Terminators. Look, 5, 10 Terminators. I've got to start on them sometime. Not sure how many I'll be able to kill, but I'll shoot a couple of Terminators. Then in the backfield, I am behind enemy lines with 10 Terminators myself, trying to take this linchpin objective, which I'm not going to get this turn, because instead I'm just going to shoot the crap out of those jackals. Let's get rid of them while we have them in our crosshairs. And it took both squads to do it. In fact, it was some overkill when the second squad chose to fire in. I could have shot the Dreadnought, but I'm in rapid fire range of shooting. It'll shoot me back. That's what Khorne Berserker Dreadnoughts do. They shoot. So I fired everything into the jackals. They're gone. They're overkilled. So we're coming over here. We're going to shoot at some Terminators. I'm spending a CP. I forget what it's called. I think it's Creeping Blight. I can re-roll the number of shots for a blast weapon, because the Heavy Blight Launcher is definitely a blast weapon. Overwhelming Generosity. So order 3. I can re-roll that. I spent the CP, so I'm doing it. And it's a bit better. And all these shots hit on 3s. 6s are lethal. And wound on 2s. With cover, these are 3 up saves. And 3 damage a time. Oh. Just 1.
That's dead.
A nuke 1. They definitely ducked and covered. Here's the multi-melter from the Hauler, which wings on a 2 and a missile, which actually misses. Anyway, that's a 4 up and vulnerable save on that one. And you fail that, and that's 2 damage, and I don't kill 1, and I could CP re-roll it. Let's CP re-roll it. I've spent all the CPs on the re-rolls. Let's do some more.
Hey.
I kill another. 2 CP for 2 Terminators. That's expensive. I thought Khorne liked blood. Right. Let's shoot more Angron in the face. Yeah, let's do that. Starting off with this Blight Launcher. He has maximum effort, which hits 5 times and wounds on 4s because he's in contagion. But I put a great big thing in my way, giving him cover, so he's got 3 up saves. And he makes them all. He would have made the 4 up and vulnerable saves. Okay, Mortarion shoots him in the face with Lantern, and it hits. It doesn't wound. Okay, he does the Rotwind thing. He casts a spell. Woo. Magic. Those are both lethal straight away. -2. Well, -1 because... Okay, he's fine. He's fine.
More vulnerable saves.
Yeah. So far, just 2 Terminators. I needed this shooting phase to be painful. So we're going here. We have Foul Blight Spawn. Shooting everything at them. Rapid Fire and Plasma is nasty if it can hit, because when it wounds on 2s, at AP -4 essentially in contagion range, it's just killing 4 Khorne Berserkers. And then Hazardous and doesn't kill any of mine back. The Blight Launcher has Blast, and that's lethal, and these now wound on 2s because of contagion. And they're 5 up saves. And that kills 2 more. And then the Foul Blight Spawn pumps his spurty thing, and has 4 shots. Am I going to get one good shooting phase? Because these are torrent, they auto hit. And wound on 2s. And those are 2 more 6-up saves. 2 damage a time, and that's 2 more down. And the bolt guns that can see. Wound on 3s, 2 more 4-up saves, and that's all the shots done. A tickle 1. And after shooting everything for the other, only killing 2 Terminators before, now it's down to just 2 Khorne Berserkers with Kharn. That worked. Do you want a Blood Search? This is a fights first unit.
I'm thinking no, because you're going to fight first anyway, and at the moment I'm on the objective and you're not, so maybe you failed charge.
I could fail the charge. I have just spent all my CP.
Maybe.
Okay, we'll start here with this. This is Kharn, Angron, Mortarion charge. The Terminators, yeah, they're not. Okay, so we are here. We're back here. This is the only charge. It looks like a 5 or 6. We'll measure in a minute. That's a 4. That is definitely a failed charge. So, okay. That was a great shooting phase, though.
That was
a shooting phase. So you will get the points for that, and then you can charge off of it and kill them anyway.
I'll have to do the battle shot thing, right?
You could just spend a CP to pass it.
I've got lots of them.
You got lots of them. Okay, so Mortarion versus Angron. I've got to check the book now. And you're spending a CP on a thing.
2 CPs.
Right.
On some frenzied resilience.
Sounds like disgustingly resilient.
Yeah, it is exactly the same.
Brilliant. I've got 5 attacks. I hit you on 2s.
Nice.
And those 6s are lethal. I didn't really want them. Because 6s to wound are devastating.
Oh, that'll be better.
And it goes straight through your armour. Meanwhile, it's strength 14, so 3s to... Okay, so they all wound. They're all invulnerable saves. There are 4-up invulnerable saves. And only 1 gets through.
That's fluky.
He's going to live. And instead of D6 plus 1, this will just be D6.
Yes.
Because you spent the thing for 1 damage.
Damage.
Thanks for reminding me, at the end of the movement phase, there was another thing, because I need to do more damage. He's got his Host of Plagues thing, which can do mortal wounds to you, like that, on a 2-up. And that's a 4. So that's 3.
4.
He did 4 wounds before he went
more
charging in there. So Mortarion had 5 attacks. Angron's got
8
attacks. And at the start of a battle round, you pick a thing.
Yes.
And one of the things World Eaters can do is basically turn off any modifiers to charge, hit rolls, all those sorts of things. You turn that one on.
Yeah, it's the only decent one.
So when he's degraded, he's normally -1 to hit.
Yeah.
But you turn that off.
Can he?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's really angry. He hits on 2s.
Does.
And these are devastating. They wound on 3. Right, no devastating. But 5 of them come through. I don't have any CP. You made all of yours but 1.
I did.
Yeah. I make all of mine but 1. All of mine but 1. D6 plus 2 damage, I think. Mine's only D6 plus 1.
4 damage to draw, surely.
Right. Yeah, that's 6 damage. D6 plus 1, you do D6 plus 2. See, it should be. Angron should be the scariest thing in close combat. I have a 5 for feel no pain, though. He's... Only take a wound. The 2 brothers bounce off each other, and that's the end of Death Guard turn 2. And, well, I got all the points. I'm engaging, I'm behind. But I didn't kill Angron. Kharn is still hanging around. I barely scratched the Terminators in the backfield. I killed some Jackals. And the World Eaters still get 3 points for that objective because it's sticky. Plus this one, and that one, capping at 15. If you spend the money on the thing to pass the leadership test. So the World Eaters are running away with it as we go to World Eaters turn 2. Did I say 2?
You did.
Is it turn 3?
Yes.
Did you go first?
I did, yeah.
Why do I feel like I went first? 1 minute. Tucked away in the ruin down here. We need to finish off this fight. The Master of Executioner swings away on 2s with the extra attack because of his enhancement. Wounding on...
Spent 7 now.
3s. Devastating kills 1 and the other. They're both dead. So now behind that wall is a unit of Khorne Berserkers I need to be worried about as well as we go on to World Eaters turn 3. So it's 31-16 to the World Eaters, which is pretty standard when you're fighting against World Eaters. They tend to pull into the lead, and the question is, can you kill a bunch of them and then push back at the end? Well, we'll find out today. 31-16. They want area denial. They want to secure no man's land, take the field, and they've already done this. So Alex has moved all of his stuff. I have to say, I'm very worried. It's 31-16, And if he pulls all of this off, I won't score anything on the primary, so I'll be off of every single objective, because these Plague Marines, they didn't make that charge. And Khan isn't going to charge them. That's the fight first unit. Khan's jumping over to join Mortarion over there, which Mortarion's only taken 1 wound, and Angron's on 6 remaining. And Khan has a damage 3 weapon. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you charge this unit down here, then if I kill Khan, I could have consolidated onto the objective and got some points, but that isn't going to happen. Holding on to my linchpin objective also might not happen, because here's the Master of Executions staying outside of Overwatch range of that drone, and then wants to charge a Rhino on the other side of the wall. And you Overwatch at the start of the movement phase, and I can't see them. And at the end of the movement phase, they'll be engaged with a Rhino. And I won't be able to shoot them, because they're in engagement range. So they can charge the Rhino without getting Overwatched. Potentially kill it, get onto this objective, or not even kill it, maybe just OC me off. I'm not on the linchpin. Now down here, not in the middle, the 3 Terminators are in the middle with area denial. Securing no man's land is happening here and here. You've got Terminators that move 7, not 6. Even Emperor's Children Terminators move 6, and they're supposed to be the fastest. But World Eaters, everything's sped up. They're going into the hauler. Here's the Lord Implicatus. He's finally made it to the party. He wants to do something about the 10 Terminators pressuring the World Eaters backfield. And yeah, they're not on the objective yet either. So a lot of murdering is about to happen. They need Mortarion to live and a couple of these drones back here to live. And maybe these guys are... I've still got a considerable amount of firepower that can push back. But right now, it's a long way from the World Eaters running out of steam, and they have some guns. We have this Hellbrute here, sizing up a couple more vehicles. And rapid fire las cannons coming into the floaty drone.
Pause.
And they both hit. Brilliant. And they both wound. Vulnerable saves, I fail them both. Dead drone, no doubt. Kaboom. Dead drone, and that one blows up, but there's nothing nearby. And that's one vehicle down, and now the Terminators are firing everything at the second vehicle, the one they want to charge. Here's the Reaper autocannon. It hits on 4s and hits once.
It rerolls it.
It rerolls everything.
Closest thing.
Yes. Okay, many more hits, and they're sustained.
Oh, nice.
And wound on 5s. 6 is a dev. There's a dev. Then rapid firing bolt guns, which get to reroll everything as well. Boom, 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 boom. Wounding on 6s. There's a couple more 6s. And I make those saves. So the hauler's only taken a wound, but they are going to charge it. And the Terminators over here are going to lend weight of fire in with the Reaper autocannon. Which hits on 4s.
And you're still the closest thing that can actually allow to shoot.
That's true. So it still gets to re-roll all the things. And 5's a wound, and 6 is dev, and there's another wound. Then there was some small arms bouncing into some Terminators, and Khan shoot Morty while he was in combat and missing. Now we're into the charge phase. And so Khan goes flying in there to join his Primarch. There's a unit behind the wall, only needs a 4-inch charge into the Rhino, and that's a 9. Then the Terminators up this side charge the hauler they shot at, and now the Lord Imbricatus needs a 9 to engage the Blight Lord Terminators. And that's a 6. You've got quite a few CP over there if you want to spend them. So spending the CP, re-rolling, and he fails the charge. So we have 3 successful charges. But of course we're starting with the one we all want to see. Khan swinging at Mortarion. Love it. Here's some 2s. Oh, and your thing is lethal and sustained, right? This time?
Lethal and sustained this time.
That's the...
Luckily rerolls once.
Right, okay. Because you haven't got any lethals. There's 2 lethals. Wins on 5s. Looking for the Blessings of Corn helped you out there. 5 wounds come through. Mortarion needs 4s. Last time he saved like a boss. This time he saves again. And that is 6 damage. He has his feel no pain. Can't land 6 blows. What was that, Al?
Khan's better than Angron. You heard it here first.
Yeah. 6 damage versus 1. Here's the rest of the Berserkers.
Also rerolling ones.
Because of Khan. 2 lethal and sustained. The rest are 6s.
Strength 6.
Yeah, toughness 12. 4 more wounds. I'd say scrabble at his shirt. They land lots of blows, but it was just bits of shirt, and that's it for the charging models here. So Mortarion's still alive on 9 wounds. Angron's got 6 wounds. Do you want to hit a Rhino?
Should we do that next?
We're hitting a Rhino. Your Master of Execution's got 7 attacks on the charge.
He does.
He hits on 2s. He hits every single time. And he's strength 9, so he's wounding on 4s. 5 up saves. That's 6 damage off the Rhino. Yeah, that's with his enhancement. And then there's 4 guys left. And that's still 20 attacks on 3s. With any 6s being lethal. No 6. 1 6. Twice the wound there. 8 wounds come through. Khorne's number. The blessed number. 8 4s. Coming up. No, the blessed number was enough to kill the Rhino. Which doesn't blow up either. We haven't had any explosions. After running through that Rhino, the World Eaters, they're all over the Lynchman objective of the Death Guard. They're about to get lit up next turn, but they made it. Anyway, across to the Terminators, down on this flank. And he got Power Fists.
Yes.
And he went on 3s with Power Fists. And there's a lethal, sustained.
Oh, look.
And then wound on 3s. 7 wounds, not Khorne's number. And enough to kill the Hauler though, which goes boom. Which doesn't go boom, nothing goes boom. This flank is looking strong for the World Eaters, and I've got Strat to make stuff go boom. And I'm saving it for Mortarion if he needs to go boom. Because now he really, really needs to kill Angron. I'm putting everything into Angron. We'll deal with your Khan later. Let's put 1 into Khan. We'll put 1 into Khan. No, everything into Angron. We hit mod 2s. And that one's lethal. These wound on 3 6s. There's a devastating. He's only on 6 wounds left. 2 saves of imbuns. And a devastating gets through.
Doing runs.
Right, you make one fair one. You've got a CP over there.
I do got a CP over there.
You do got a CP over there.
Is he dead anyway?
Well, it's D6 plus 1 damage and he's got 6 wounds.
He's re-rolling it.
Okay.
He's greedy like that.
Okay.
Don't have
No. So this is 2d6 plus 2. And that's a dead Angron. However, there's a chance he could come back and he's got Deadly Demise and no, he gets banished to the warp for now. But I'm praying to Papa Nurgle that he doesn't come back because that was a hell of a turn. Death Guard aren't on any primaries. The World Eaters score all their secondaries. Need to push forward. Need Mortarion to survive because Khan's going to swing first in combat in my turn. And we know Khan is better than Angron in close combat. We just proved it. Can light up these guys. And then Terminators, where in the back. At least they don't move 4 anymore. I think they're back to moving 5. And they're toughness 7. They're scary. Right, Death Guard turn 3. The end of all things. Need to push the World Eaters back with overwhelming force. Those on range of objectives. They also want to extend their battle lines. Here we are from the World Eaters deployment zone POV because they took my linchpin. So I took their linchpin with some Terminators. But that means I've invested, I think there are 180 plus. I've invested a unit of Terminators to try and maintain the linchpin objective. Which means I need to stop the Lord Invocatus come charging down towards this. And maybe with some fire support from both of the Terminators, I could hurt them, maybe kill them, consolidate onto the objective. But I've taken the linchpin off. I need to take mine back. The thing about Blood Surge is, when you shoot a unit that Blood Surge, they have to move to the closest unit, isn't it, Alex?
Yes.
So yeah, put the drone there with the big gun to shoot in, consolidate. They Blood Surge maybe into that drone. I would, because they're terrible in close combat. And then the second drone has to go in. But hopefully I kill enough in this shooting with its blasty gun, maybe. And then if I have to send the drone in, which is terrible in close combat, I could at least tank shock. Maybe do some mortal wounds. Meanwhile, I'm not doing anything about the Terminators, or the Rhino, or the Hellbrew, or the Terminators in the middle of the battle grid. They're tomorrow's problem. But that, if I kill that unit, that is overwhelming force. Points for killing a unit in range of an objective. And this Rhino is in range of an objective. And I'm extending my battle lines as well, hopefully, if I kill enough of them. And yeah, kill the Rhino. But at the end of the movement phase, Mortarion does his thing. He does his big fart. I don't want to roll a 1. Khan's unit suffers D3 wounds. For 2 wounds, that'll kill 1. And hit the Rhino as well. Do 2 wounds to the Rhino. 1 minute, that was to hit the Rhino. There's 3 wounds to the Rhino. And then Mortarion will shoot the Lantern down at Khan. And hit Khan. And kill one of them? You need a 6. Not kill one of them. And then Rotwind psychicked out and hit the Rhino, took another wound off the Rhino. Okay, so there's Khan left there with a dude. He'll hit me first. I've got 9 wounds left. Might be okay. Let's use Plague Marines to shoot a Rhino. Don't need to spend the CP to reroll all the hits and the wounds and things, because if I don't kill it, then I'll charge it. Anyway, let's shoot everything at it. Bucket load of plasma, which need 5s. And the Rhino gets 6-up saves to that, and dice don't count. And that's dead Rhino. That was all overcooked and hazardous, and I'm good. Look at those 6s. I killed a thing in range on an objective. Still had some more shots, and that was good. At least I didn't blow myself up with the sticky trigger guard from my gun. Now we're coming over here to this thing, shooting at them. Foul Blight Spawn. I guess I've got to spend the CP on Overwhelming Generosity to reroll this, because I don't want to roll a 1. Mind you, there's a thing. What you could do is not spend the CP on the blast, and then if you roll a 1, just spend a CP on a reroll anyway.
It's like an extra reroll, isn't it?
It's like an extra reroll if you need an extra reroll. So that many shots. Hitting on 3s, 6s are lethal, and 4 wounds. 6-up saves because of Contagion. He does take 4 of them out. Even just the Master of Executions on his own. And at the end of the shooting attack, does that mean he can't Blood Surge?
I think so, because he's not with the Berserkers.
The Berserkers Blood Surge, and he gets dragged along with them, yeah. I did kill something in range of an objective as well. Which means the drone can spurt all over him and hit him 11 times. That's why he couldn't Blood Surge. He got hit by a lot of stinky pus and everything wounds. And burns through his armour, and with a 5-up save, he's burnt to crisp. Crisp. What's your favourite crisp?
Monster Munch.
Monster Munch. Any particular pickled onion or beef?
Yeah, pickled onion is best.
Beef and onion? Mm.
Yeah, you know, anything that where you eat too many and your inside of your mouth starts to fall apart.
I like it, you know, when you eat so much Monster Munch, it makes the teeth sticky. You know, they're so good. And if you made it to this point in the video, what's your favourite crisp as well? Anything that is prawn cocktail is wrong. Don't even bother putting that in the comment section. Right, more shoots over here. The Blight Launcher, and there's 2 bolters that can reach out and touch the Lord Invocatus. And the bolters hit them on 3s, and their toughness 6, so 1 was lethal. And so only 1 wound comes through. It takes a wound, and then the Blight Launcher is blast. But there's only 4 guys, so it doesn't help me. It's twice. +1 strength. Wounds twice. Those will be 5-up saves. Kill 1. Yeah, because unit number 2 has put them in contagion range. So number 2 will shoot at them as well, the one that wants to charge. The Blood Launcher is 3 shots again. Brilliant. And hits all the times. And wounds on 3s. And those are 5-up saves again. 2 damage a time, and that kills another. And the bolters, and I'm thinking this unit should have really spent that CP on re-rolling all hits and all wounds. That would have been an intelligent thing to do right about now. And that's 4 more 4-up saves. And takes another wound off. Because yeah, if I'd have spent that CP and killed 1 more, maybe weakened him a bit, that would have made the charge a bit better. Because I want to charge. I think that's the end of my shooting phase. There's the end of my shooting phase. Let's do the charge here. We're going to charge. On charge, we're going to kill these. We're going to consolidate onto the objective like a G. We make an 8. That will slingshot round a little bit. And that's the only charge. We're leaving the Rhino and the Terminators and the Hellbrute here and the Terminators there. We've got that objective. We killed the thing down here. They're miles in the lead, but oh yeah, Khan. We'll get back to Khan. I dread to think what Khan's going to do. Right. Blight Lord versus Lord Invocator and an Exalted 8-bound. Are there any strats that can help me? No, there's no strats. Right, start with a Flail of Corruption. 3s to... I miss every single time. Grandfather, why have thou forsaken me? I needed that. That was my wound you on 3s, 2 damage a time. These only do 2 wounds.
God, that was bad.
And those are 2 invulnerable saves. And yeah, I don't even kill 1. I drop that dude down to 1 wound remaining. A blue dice betrayed me. But first we'll come over here where Khan smacks Mortarion. Okay.
He's a bit weaker now because he's not charged.
Right.
He's still got his 8 attacks.
8.
And we're still lethal and sustain.
I've heard of that number.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's blessed.
There's 3 6s.
And he rerolls 1s.
Well done, Khan. It's better than Angron, don't you know?
Only down to strength 7 now?
Still wounds on 5s. Okay, so 3 wounds. 4 up and bun. Fail one of them. Feel no pain. And make all of them, and then there's a little berserker there, nibbling at my...
Little guy.
Yeah.
Nibble, nibble.
Okay. It's a lot of lethal and sustained right there.
That is.
And then 6 to wound with these other ones. So that's 5 wounds with a normal Khorne berserker. And it does 2 damage, because it's -1, right?
Yes.
Okay, he does a wound. That one does a wound. Khan does no wounds this turn. And now I get to hit you back. And now silence is a damage 2 thing. I'll hit you with silence. It used to be damage 1. His great scythe. It's also lethal and sustained. And I don't get any 6s. But it is going to wound on 2s. There's 11 wounds. I 5 up on the last. He's still alive. The last Khorne berserker. And he's still alive. If you could. Blood. You want blood. There's blood. And then Khan, he's got to make all the 4s. 8 4s, in fact. The blessed number. 2 damage a time.
That's enough to kill him.
So Mortarion savagely beats Khan down into the ground. Now Angron can come back. Khan can come back as well now, can he?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. At the end of the phase.
At the end of the phase.
So don't roll a...
Don't roll a 1.
At least it isn't automatic. That's not a 1. Khan is going to come back. So that's at the end of the phase. With still 3 wounds remaining. I'm going to have to kill him again. But it's Khan. And Khan is right. And then we've got the Lord of Invercarcar with the Exalted 8-bound fighting the Terminators back over here. So how does this work?
So the 8-bound.
Yes.
He's got chain blades.
Right.
And he hits on 3s. With the lethal and sustained from... No, it didn't help.
2 hits, right.
I am strength 8.
Toughness 7. 3, okay. 4 up and buns?
Basically.
4 up and buns.
2 damage.
Okay, you kill 1.
Yay.
Now the Lord Invercarcar has 7 attacks.
Yes, I think he hits on 2s.
Right. No 6s again.
No.
And they win on 4s. And those are devastating, so that kills another 1. And 1 goes down to 1 wound remaining. And then his horsey kicks out.
Yes.
Very angry horsey, and there's 2 lethal and sustained. His horse wounds on 4s as well, but these are only -1.
Yes.
Don't tell me they're 2 damage or something.
They are.
Are they? Oh dear. And that kills an injured 1 and 1 more. So the Blight Lord Terminators went charging in there, didn't kill anything, and there's 1 left.
With a
No, we didn't kill Khan, we didn't kill stuff here. We did kill Angron. We did kill Angron and push the World Eaters off of their linchpin objectives. So they'll only pick up 6 points for being on these 2 here. They were a long way in the lead. I needed it. Still got some assets that they can run around and trouble with. They're still calm. That is very, very angry. As we go to World Eaters turn 4. So, this is the dice roll for the Blessings of Khorne.
Yes.
How many 6s do you need to bring back Angron?
Just 3.
Brilliant. So the Unstoppable Supernova, that is Angron, the Red Angel, is back. And it's 47 to 26 in favour of the World Eaters. They want to start defending their stronghold. It's the Blight Lord Terminators who want a word with them down there. And assassinate. Probably take down Mortarion. Back in the Death Guard lines, Khan heeds the order to assassinate. And he wants to take Mortarion's head. And in the backfield, Angron wants to defend the stronghold. He's coming back for the Blight Lord Terminators. No one's troubling these Plague Marines with the Foul Blight Spawn, the fight's first unit on this objective. And nothing's happening in the middle, in the temple right now. But these Terminators on this flank, well, they advanced all the way up here. And there's a strat to advance and charge, and they're going to get overwatched by the drone in a minute. But they're backed up by the Hellbrute. Meanwhile, the Rhino, the Lord Invercarters, continue to lock down this objective here. So will Angron and Khan do hero things? Will Angron and Khan get cut down again? In the meantime, let's spurt on these Terminators with a drone. And we auto hit them only 4 times. Wounding them on 2s. And they have 3-up saves, they're not in contagion. I do manage to take one down, yeah. And that's the 3rd Terminator I've taken out, so I'll buy that. And now we've got the Hellbrute. Shooting Mortarion in the back. Don't let him know you're there. He might get angry. Okay.
4s.
Yes. Is this the last cannon?
That missed.
That missed. What about the missile launcher? That hits. Needs 5s though.
a tough old bird.
Tough old scary moth demon from hell. Can't shoot him in the black with an overcooked plasma pistol. And he hits.
He's strength 8.
He doesn't wound. So no wounds caused there. Then the Terminators lit up the Plague Marines on this flank and did a wound. Now you're charging. So can't fail the charge. Khan gets 7. Right, where do we go next?
Terminators.
Long bomb charge.
Advancing and charging.
Yes, for a CP.
I think I was just over 10 away.
Okay, that's a 5.
But you are the closest thing that I can charge with the thing, so I reroll.
Okay, and that's a 10. Yep, 10.5 inch charge, and that was beautiful. It went flying in. Khan goes flying in, and then Angron.
Angron.
9 inches, right?
It's a big old 9.
Yeah, and that's a 9. Okay, I've only got 1 CP. Can't pay to interrupt. The thing is, when you get Angron back with the Blessings of Khorne, you don't have any. It's no lethal sustain.
You can't buy anything else. No.
Right. Okay.
So that's all you get.
So okay. So just 9 attacks then.
Just 9.
You're telling me there's a chance? Not when everything hits though. Everything hit.
I think I'm strength 16.
Right.
On
Okay.
charge.
It's 2s. It's definitely and there's a couple of devastating, and it's D6 plus 2, so they're minimum 3.
So they're dead guys.
2 dead guys plus the rest are he kills the entire squad. He one-shots them. Yeah, well, Alex, the order was to defend the stronghold.
He's done it. He's been a good boy today, hasn't he?
What?
He killed a rhino when he was told to kill a rhino. He's defending the strongholds and stuff. Look at him, he's reformed.
So we say the orders like defend strong. My orders are coming from Mortarion. Your orders are coming from Khorne himself.
Exactly.
He's defending the stronghold. Tell you what though, you know who's better than Angron? Khan. Khan's got 9 attacks on the charge.
He does.
Yeah.
He has on 2s.
Yeah.
I think he only rerolls when he's leading a unit.
You hit all the time anyway. 5's to wound.
Oh yeah, it's 5 yes.
Just 2. His arm's a little bit tired. One of them gets through. We have a bit of feel no pain. He only does a wound, but he does manage to sink a wound through. It's fair enough. I mean, he's been dead once already as well. And then we have the Terminators into the drone. And the power fists hit on 3s.
I do.
Bang, bang. And win on 3s. So that's plus 2 strength on the charge.
Yeah, that's true.
Nasty. And he 5s. It's on a wound. 2 wounds. It's on 2 wounds. Now, a pair of cursed weapons, aka lightning claws. And 5 of them hit. Strength 7.
Yes.
Twin linked.
So
5s to
5s.
wound with the reroll. That's 4 wounds already. This is full house. Full house on the Terminators. And that is a dead drone. Do I pay for it? No, because it'll blow up and hurt my thing. So yeah, just kill it. And then before Khan hits Mortarion, we'll come back over here with this Terminator, the last of my Terminators, wondering where all of his mates have got to. He's swinging his Flail of Corruption. Last time he missed every time. This time he hits twice. Wounds on a 4. He wounds once. 5 up and Van. He takes one down.
He does kill it.
He does take that Exalted 8 bind down. And the Lord Invocar hits back on 2s. Can he take down the last Terminator? I dropped 10 Terminators back here. I was confident. Confident.
Your toughness what?
7.
I think I'm strength 7.
Okay. It didn't help me, did it?
No.
It didn't help me at all. That's 5 wounds.
Yeah, they're devastating anyway.
Are they?
6s.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're devastating anyway. Okay, he's dead anyway. What was that?
I was saying there's a lot of devastating wounds, isn't
You
there?
think?
It's like every time I go over and check a data sheet, it's like, oh look, devastating. Oh yeah, look, all the characters devastating.
Yeah, it's terrible,
Angron,
isn't it?
devastating.
Yeah.
Master of Execution, devastating. It's good.
It's is it?
Yeah, it's great.
Right, Mortarion has devastating wounds, so can Mortarion kill Khan again? Lethal. I'm doing the overhand swing this time, so he's got 4 invulnerable saves. If he makes them all, he'll live.
He
fails 1.
have I done a command point thing?
No,
I've got 3 of them.
don't.
Let's do it.
Don't.
Come on. My boy. My friend. No.
No, Khan, D3 plus 1. He's gone. He's gone. When you've got a hammer like that, everything looks like a nail. Turns out Khan isn't as good as Angron, particularly when Angron comes back. Okay, so that's the end of your turn. Got a lot of points. Angron has started to defend the stronghold. Good boy, Angron, good boy. And you got to hold that until the end of my turn, which I think you'll be fine. And then assassinate a thing.
Khan tried.
Khan tried to kill a thing. Yes, but he didn't kill the thing. And then so that's the thing. But you were 47 to 26 in the lead. And then, and you don't pick up any in the secondaries yet. And then I do OC you off of this one because Terminators have an OC of 1. 1 minute. We'll rectify that because you didn't consolidate.
Didn't I?
So you can consolidate to get everyone on. Now you OC me off the linchpin.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's what I would do. And so I pick up 3 for this one over here. I've got Mortarion and some Plague Marines and some. I haven't got much left. Let's do some points. Let's get some cards. Let's go to Death Guard turn 4. So it's 29:47. I need to defend my stronghold and just kill as much as possible. In some cases, twice. I just realised it turns out I've got 3 units left. Maybe I could do something with this. So Mortarion did 1 wound in his drive-by fart next to the Terminators. Kill Terminators, no prisoners, defend stronghold. While over here, these guys have sticky objectives, the Plague Marines. We want to shoot and maybe charge the Terminators. And I shot all the things and the Plague Marines couldn't kill the Terminators. Got 1 down of 1 wound remaining. That's a 10-inch charge, so I couldn't do the strat. They're not in contagion. And then Mortarion and the drone fired everything at the Terminators, and there's still 2 of them left. So let's charge the Terminators with Mortarion. 7-inch charge. Blessed number of Nurgle. And then we need a 10-inch charge to get up the gut and try and stop you scoring that objective in the centre. And I'm spending the CP on it because I really need this to happen. And that's a snake eyes. Then Mortarion swung his side, killed those Terminators, and got me a couple of points for no prisoners. So we're about to go into turn 5. I've started defending my stronghold down here with the 3 units that I have. Meanwhile, Angron has defended his objective over here, and the World Eaters are still on 3 objectives. So the World Eaters have board control, they have more units than the Death Guard, and in turn 5 it'll be 63 points to 31 for the World Eaters. And in turn 5, Angron has had enough of killing things. He's done enough. Let's do some actions. Check out the corners of the battle grid. Contain this battlefield edge to make sure that there's no other juicy fights going on just over the horizon, and extend battle lines. And here we are after the Red Angel's movement phase. He's definitely defending that objective. And the Lord Invocatus and the Rhino, well, they're containing these 2 battlefield edges, and with the Terminators in the middle, stepping back up from the smelly wave that is coming down towards them. That's also extend battle lines. The World Eaters scoring maximum points for their secondaries in this, the last turn of the game. And the Hellbrute comes round here and is aiming at rapid firing Mortarion in the face. Well, the Primarch, the Death Guard fall. What's this? Las Cannons?
Las Cannons.
Las Cannons. 1 of them hits. Wounds on a 4.
Oh,
he's a tough old bird.
A tough old bird.
We mentioned he's a tough old bird. That's a 5. 4 up and Vun. That's not a 4 up and Vun. Command point, it's going to be embarrassed. That's not a 4 up in Vun. It's D6 plus 1 damage. For 4 damage, he takes 3 wounds. It's plus 1. He takes 4 wounds. Yeah, it's a Las Cannon. And 3 more to get through. Rapid fire missile launcher in the face now. But both of them miss.
I'm going to spend a CP.
You've got a CP. Okay.
I'm spending it. Come on.
And it misses as well. That's the end of the shooting phase. And then you said you were going to charge and tank shock.
I'm going to try and charge tank shock.
Right, this is going to be embarrassing. Okay, you can't fail the charge. You do have the CP. You've got 9 dice. That's its toughness.
Is it toughness nowadays, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not the strength of any weapon. It's just the base. It's like an impact hit. How heavy
it's wounds, though,
is the thing.
So, like, Demon Princess roll for each wound.
It's 10th edition. They've changed stuff. And then, there's other impact hits, like, Demon Prince is on the way in, and Reaping Harvest from the Necro. Anyway, 5s. You need 5s.
Lots of 5s.
Lots of 5s. 3 wounds to get through.
Stinky and resilient.
You got this. That is 2 5s. 2 feel no pains. He's on 2 wounds remaining. 2 wounds remaining. There's still a chance. You got another CP to spend it on hack and slash.
Yes.
And he's just going to kick out.
He is.
And you got lethal and sustained on the table thing.
I do.
The blessings. Okay.
What do you even hit on in close combat?
3s. 3s with his little stubby legs.
guy.
There's 2 lethals. And 2 sustained. 5s to wound. I've never seen a Dreadnought kick anything. Is that?
Fucking kicking away.
Right, that would normally be a 2 up save, but you spent the CP on the thing. Yeah, I was just checking all the saves and things. So an AP dash Dreadnought could kick Mortarion to death with hack and slash. He's got blades in his legs. Blades in his... It's 2 get through.
Nice.
2 feel no pains. 2 wounds remaining. Mortarion's a 1 wound remaining. Swings back. 2 of them are lethal. Wounds him on that. Then you need to make a bunch of saves. You nearly killed it. You make 2. But Mortarion cuts the Dreadnought in half on 1 wound remaining. 1 minute. So, whenever you fight or shoot a Hellbrute, it gets to fight again.
It does.
Regardless of whether it's dead or not.
Yeah,
it just says at the end of the thing, it gets to fight again. I think it used to say that it didn't do it if it died.
Yeah.
But now it just says it's fighting at the same time I fought you. It's juicy. And it's still charged.
Still charged?
It's still charged.
Oh my god.
Hits on 3s. Lethal and sustained.
That smells good.
Not as good. That's only 3 hits. 5's to wound. That is no wounds. But it also blows up on a 6. I've got 1 wound remaining.
Any more chances?
Roll a 6. It's not a 6. We gave it every single chance. But it couldn't take down the Lord of Death. And with the World Eaters containing some battlefield edges, looking over the horizon for any more interlopers, with them extending their battle lines, that gives them a final score of 73 points, or 83, but painting standard. I'm going to pick up a few points for defending my stronghold. So it's 63 to 34. So 63 to 34. I might be able to get on the middle objective by the end of turn 5 and score that one. See, I did that with the Plague Marines moving forward and then making the charge. And then this objective is sticky. That would be 13 points. If I pull that off, that would get me to 57 to 73. My 2 orders are to assassinate and bring it down, which basically mean kill Angron. And he's over there in the corner and I can't see it. So I have to spend a CP and assassinate. I can't do either of these. So bring it down and... mark for death. Mark for death means the enemy marks 3 units, and if I can kill them, I get points. That being Angron, Lord Invocatus, and a Rhino, which I can't see, parked perfectly behind those 3D printed crates that Monkey made me. Thank you, Monkey. So we can't get mark for death. Certainly can't get bring it down. But we did run through to the end of turn 5, because we like rolling place, dice and playing the Warhammers. And the Plague Marines did manage to shoot and make the charge into the middle. Wipe out those Terminators. Get me maximum points on the primaries. While Mortarion chills on one side of the battlefield, on 1 wound left. He can come back too, just not in this game. And then Angron chills on the other. Both locking down our respective home objectives. And that leaves us with a final score for the World Eaters of 73. The Death Guard of 57. So 83 to 67 for the World Eaters, and yeah, I didn't manage to stop the push. Turns out they've got a lot of devastating, and some of the models come back to life as well.
They do.
Yeah, they got a nice codex. I think the Death Guard codex is pretty good as well.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite lucky there. Did you feel I was quite lucky? Angron came straight back.
Yeah.
And he did do something.
But you've got the thing with the Khorne Berserkers, like if they kill a thing, then you get a token to roll an extra dice on the thing. So you had extra dice to roll for him.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's why I think the Khorne Berserkers Rhino Rush list is going to do really well. You're going to have all the dice all the time to... I like the Codex. I like the World Eaters Codex. I like the Death Guard Codex. Are Chaos Forces better than Imperial Forces? Are they just more interesting? Is there just a little bit more spice? Is this how people start playing Word Bearers and start worshipping Erebus? Is this how the slide begins? Alex, you don't play Word Bearers and worship Erebus, do you?
I do, I'm afraid. Yeah.
And this is the way the world ends.